thing that just being a cigar smoker helps with is, when you fail, you know what I'm saying? It gives me a chance to take a step back from everything, slow down, smoke a cigar, just think about how I
Mm-hmm.
fucked up and how I can fix it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and a lot of people handle failure different. So I mean, you in particular, Mister Harm Lamar face ass, how do you deal with failure, sir?
First of all, kiss my ass. Let's get that out of the way right now. I don't like you.
That's fine.
But no, in all respects,
All right, go
I
ahead.
actually don't mind failure.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion on failure has changed a lot. I try to reduce failure by learning from those that have done things before me. So that's where my research comes in all the time. So I'll try to research it as much as I can. But if I fail, I always make sure to reflect and see what can I learn, what can I do differently, how can I make it better next time. So a good example is, I guess about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I thought I was going to be this blogger.
Mm-hmm.
Had my website going, had my blog post
Yeah, I
going,
remember.
had
I
my
checked out the blog where you listed
yeah,
them.
man, had my list of posts that I was gonna write about.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was popping, it was going. And I was like, man, I don't feel like doing all this damn writing.
Right.
And then it was like, man, all the shit you got to do, and I mean, and nothing against anybody who blogs, but I just realized
More
that
power to you.
that wasn't my lane.
Right.
And what I learned from doing that, and the things that I learned that went into that, are helping what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always one of those things where people give failure this negative connotation, but I think if people fail more, they would be more successful,
Yeah.
because that fear of failure is what keeps people away from really taking risk and trying to do
Yeah.
things.
And I was just gonna
So
say that they fear
yeah.
to fail, so they won't just do that leap of faith and see what the fuck happens.
hmm I mean, failure is powerful if you learn from it.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't learn from it and you're doing the same shit over and 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 over again,
Yeah.
then you're not using failure to your advantage, and that's where you make a mistake at. So that's where I think failure. That's what people, I think, when they think of failure, that's what they think of, is people who keep making the same mistakes, falling into the same traps and pitfalls over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to watch out for that and try to learn. And I mean, I try to instill in Simone right now, Junior, that's coming once he's older, but letting her know that it's okay to fail. You're gonna fail.
Yep.
Pick yourself up, learn from it, and make it better next time. What about you, man? What do you think?
Well, for me personally, well, for starters, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying, things you can fix as far as failing at it, fix it. I mean, if ain't nothing you can do about it, learn from it, get on, kind of what you were saying.
Sure.
But for me personally, it's two different ways. Two different things. When I was younger, there were times where I felt like I failed my kids at some point. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying? That was before my younger ones were born. I wasn't there for their birthdays and stuff like that because I was in the army. So you know what I'm saying? That was a moment of failure that I felt like that was, it was on me. It
Mm-hmm.
was something that I did. But then, after further thinking about it, it goes back into what we said on the last episode or the episode before that about fathers making sacrifices, and you just got to put things in different perspectives, and that's what I had to do. I felt like I felt my entire family when I got in trouble when I was overseas and lost all of my rank. Like I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna do this." Man. The child support just hit all this shit, man. I'm just like, "Damn!" But instead of dwelling in the shit for too long, because I'm not gonna say I didn't dwell in the shit. That'll be a lie. But instead of dwelling in it for too long, I came up with a an option how I'm gonna work this, how I'm gonna work this, because like you
Mm-hmm.
said, the problem is not the failure. The problem is not getting the fuck back up after you
Yep.
fail. So every time I have failed since, I'm like, well, damn, I fucked that up, didn't I? I fucked that up real damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a step. I'm gonna take a step back because I can fuck up something. When I fuck up, I go all the way. There's no half-assing when I
Yeah,
fuck up.
no, you're a special breed of fucking up
Yes,
right there,
sir.
boy.
Yes,
I
sir.
tell you
Yes, sir.
what.
Yes, sir.
Well, if anybody can fuck up something professionally, it's you.
Indeed, man. But you know what I'm saying? I don't. Now I don't let it bother me as much. I'm like, oh damn, I fucked that up. Well, let's see where I fucked up at, so I can go ahead and fix that right quick. You know what I'm saying? But failure is a completely different fucking monster, bro. Failure can either make you or break you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because some people take their failure to the utmost, and they get depressed and everything like this, and it just seems like it's a domino effect with their failure. Everything is going wrong, going wrong, going wrong, going wrong, and they're not really trying to see how to fix that problem specifically. They just dwelling on, oh, I fucked up, oh god. And kind of like what you were saying with the blog, I wrote my little first short story a couple years ago. Blaze of Shantir Inheritance, everybody, if y'all want to check it out. It's on Wattpad. It might still be on Amazon. But I seen how horribly that shit went, man. And when I say that shit was discouraging, I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't want to write no more. Damn, now I'm going to go back to rapping or something. I ain't doing this shit no more. But instead...
Not Crazy K.
Yeah, no, caution, bro. Caution, man. Caution. Had several names, but that's a story for another day. But, I took that L and developing something better. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said with the blog. I ain't gonna say writing isn't my lane, because I still enjoy doing that shit. I like reading, I like writing, stuff like that. But my approach when I finally drop my next book, it's my approach is gonna be different. Even that one, I plan on revamping that one, you know what I'm saying, after some stuff I've learned. Yes, Kevin has done some research and learn different tools and avenues to go about it. You know what I mean? Because that's for me, failure. That's what it's all about. Because failure breeds fucking experience, and without experience, you won't know shit.
With the quote,
leave that bitch on in there real quick. But you know what I'm saying? That shit breeds experience. Because if you're successful at every fucking thing, there's going to be something you're lacking as a person, as a professional, because you never failed at nothing. So you won't know how to change nothing if you ain't failed at it.
Well, and sometimes I think kind of the other side, the rest of that point is, if you haven't done the thing that you have the opportunity to fail, you may not have stressed yourself enough. Like, your bandwidth may be here, and you play right in here because you're scared to fail, but you realize that you can do some shit to push your bandwidth up and stretch your skills.
That's just like when I was doing music. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to bomb. You know what I mean? I had kids to feed. I felt like I didn't have time to fail. That's another thing with failure too. You don't feel like you have time to fail. You know what I'm saying? You got too much depending on you. If you fall, they fall. And that was something I dealt with a lot when I was fucking younger. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing I'm teaching my teenagers specifically now. Well, hell, even Keontae and Kevion, I'm teaching them also. They're younger, but there's still stuff they fail at. I whoop Keontae's ass Madden or something. And I'm like, well, this is how you get better, son. This what you need to do. Or Kevion can't put his fucking block in the toy or whatever the hell he been doing. And I'm like, no, man, this is how you do the shit. Just don't give up on it and get frustrated. Fix it. And that's a valuable part of my failures, is my experience, so you can pass that experience down based off your failures. And they're like, well, I don't want to fuck up like that. It fucked up, so let me do what he's saying to do now, so I don't do the shit he did before. So it's just not you as the individual when it comes to failure. It affects your family too. More importantly, your kids, because you got to teach them. It's your job to teach them. It's not just you send them to school to learn history, math, and English and shit, and that's it with the teaching. But the real life common sense shit is your job to teach them. And if you're scared to fail, scared to get out of your comfort zone, then what experiences are you really going to have to teach the next generation? And you never know. You might have missed out on your calling because you're scared to fail. And one thing I want to add, when you were talking, to made me think about it, is it's amazing how much you can be in your own head about failure. And what I mean by that is, like you were saying, you felt like you let your family down going while you were deployed. You know what I mean? Guarantee you, if anybody talked about you in regards to what you were doing while you were deployed, failure was never, in a discussion. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, he's in the military, he's deployed, he's fighting for this country and all that good thing. So, you know what I'm saying? So think about how it was looked at externally versus how you took it internally. Right. And that's the crazy thing, is how
we end up being hard on ourselves and beating ourselves up for something when you're making the issue and sometimes more than what it actually should be.
Right.
If you just say, look, I failed, or I think I failed. What do I learn? What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Move on and let's go.
Yeah, climb out that hole you dug.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I started digging some shallow ass holes. I tell you, because I needed a couple ladders. I needed 2 ladders and a rope to get out of some of them goddamn holes. I swear.
But hey, it also makes you appreciate your success.
Yeah, yeah.
You're successful.
Stories now.
Yeah, you know, anytime you can achieve, and especially if something you failed at, you try again, you get this shit right. And there's nothing sweeter, man.
Man, it feels great.
Definitely, yeah.
Failure is a monster, like we've been saying, man. That shit could really break somebody down past their foundation and just feel like they're fucking nothing, man. So everybody that's out there, that's watching, that's listening, just because you failed don't mean that the shit is over. You know what I'm saying? Try a different approach, do something completely fucking different, or just throw that shit that you failed at in the trash and go do something fucking else. I mean, honestly, because sometimes you fail at something that's just not your niche.
There you go.
That's just not your niche. You know, you just throw that shit away. All right, let's start back from the drawing board, man. Let's do something different. I mean, as long as you not afraid to get out of your comfort zone, there's never no true failure. Right.
It's only a learning experience. So yeah, the last little thing I'm gonna touch on failure is if you're sitting right now and you're struggling and stuck with failure, or a failure just got you down, go back to the episode we talked about journaling and think about journaling. Kind of process that shit. Yeah. It helps. If not, you know,
episode about goals too.
Yep. How to reprioritize. Yep. And also, if you are still stuck, don't be afraid to go to therapy and help somebody who's not invested in the situation help you process it, because sometimes what you need is somebody who don't know you or don't care about you like your family members would to look at it different, because they don't have that investment in you, so they can really see a little bit of what you may need to do.
You'll get definitely it's gonna be all right.
Right.
Which do what you gotta do. Just keep pushing all that other shit. You're gonna really get to, well, you know fucked up right here. So what you should do, you stupid bitch, is to this.
They won't go that far.
And not so many words. I'm just joking. I'm just joking about that part. But yeah, definitely.
We glad Kevin is not anybody's therapist right now.
Hey man, I've actually done good. Talking with people about their problems.
Yeah.
Like on a serious note, because I like I said, I fuck up. My middle name should have been fuck up. I should have been Kevin fuck up Fowler, because I was always fucking some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're saying I passed that experience not just to my kids, but to my peers too. That's really like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know which route I'm gonna take. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I've talked to several of my peers when they were having these problems, and they'll come back and say, yeah, man, this shit worked out for me, man. I appreciate you talking to me and all this other stuff. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't, if you can't talk to your family, you don't feel like you can talk to a therapist or something like that, find that other person that you can confide in about your failures. And hey man, just keep failing.
Right. And find you a mentor.
Yeah. And I mean that keep failing in the most positive way possible.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, if you find a mentor, you'll see and find out how many times they failed, and you're like, well shit, if you fail doing that and you where I'm trying to get to, well then damn, I'm on the right track there. Let me just keep pushing.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the Fortune 500 people and the Steve Jobses and the all them people. You know, ain't no telling how many times they done fail. They didn't try to push something, motherfuckers say no. I mean, the music business. Look at I don't know, Jay-Z or somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they didn't just wake up one morning, spit a couple bars, and now you fucking rich. No.
Right.
You gotta trust in the process. Oh, that's another one. Trust in the process. Because you'll get there eventually.